Before you go, though, we are going to move into talking about Gumboot Friday. And I know that I saw on Twitter today that you had some thoughts around that. We haven't really explained the story yet, but you got any thoughts you want to put out there about what was announced about Gumboot Friday today? What we're going to look at next?
Yes, I'm sure you'll talk about it, but the idea was basically that there was not appropriate oversight and irresponsibility in giving public taxpayer money to non-governmental agencies at the same time that you are taking money away from public mental health services and public services in general. So
Yeah.
there's a big disconnect there, and I mean, for me, it's all kind of related, right? All of these issues really, we're talking about austerity governments. We're talking about what you do when you want to privatize, right? The first step is you defund, and then you destabilize. You watch the public system erode, and people are able to trust it less. And then you say, well, there's only one solution for all this, and it is a private hospital, private teleradiology, corporate telehealth. And down that path lies a bad situation for people who can't afford public health,
Yeah.
private insurance, and just for the public in general. The majority of people will struggle when essential public services are privatized. And so I think the Gumboot Friday is part of it. It's all part of it. And every week we're seeing little stories like this that pop up. It's almost too many to counteract. But it's a concerted effort, and I think it's one that will ultimately lead to privatization. And just if I have 1 second, just remember
Sure.
that they got rid of the Health New Zealand Executive Board, Leadership Board, whatever it was called, and replaced it with one gentleman appointed to the position who essentially has had a hand in every private for-profit business in New Zealand healthcare you can think of, right? He's been involved as an owner, a director, or a founder of literally dozens of private healthcare companies, businesses, corporations. I believe he was the founder of New Zealand's largest private hospital, right, which is Ascot, which I think has now morphed into Mercy Ascot down in Auckland. And you have to ask yourself, why would you get rid of a leadership board in order to install Mr. Private Healthcare? And yeah, some questions really need to be asked if this is the right person and the right situation where you put someone who's a private hospital founder in charge of your public healthcare system. And so there's just a lot of questions about conflicts of interest and motivations. And I think this is a pretty frightening time for anyone in public healthcare in New Zealand.
The other way to think about that as well is you've said, why would they put someone in that position? Why would someone with his kind of background want that position as well? Like, so it's not just about the government putting him there with what they want him to do. It's him wanting. I mean, he'll be worth megabucks. He won't need this job. He doesn't. It's not like an income for him if he's got private hospitals and stuff behind him. But if he's in that position, he has the availability to then change the rules, which long term might benefit him and his I guess investor portfolio off as well.
Yeah, the past year has been an amazing time to be in corporate, for-profit, private healthcare. And going forward, the future looks to be even brighter for that group. But that group is not who I have any concerns for. Like, they're not struggling. It's all about people who rely on public hospitals for care and for life-saving care sometimes.